Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cruise Shop Save. I'm Melissa, and this week we've got a special guest. I'm going to be interviewing Bill, who has brought this amazing jewelry collection, an innovative invention in jewelry, if you like. And I'm going to interview in just a moment. Before we do that, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone for watching the YouTube channel, for your comments. I love it when people comment. So please carry on commenting. Tell me what you're looking for. So Cruise Shop Save, we provide cruise port maps for, anyone going on a cruise. We also provide shopping coupons and basic information, because there's not a lot of information out there. So we can tell you all the little insider secrets, the tips, the tricks, all the things that you could do. We've also got a Facebook group that we share all the time. But without further ado, and one last thing, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the YouTube channel, that would be amazing. So thank you so much. So without further ado, here is my good friend Bill, coming to you from the gorgeous tropical St. Kitts. How are you, Bill?
Good, Melissa. How are you? So good to see you again.
I'm good, and thank you so much for agreeing to do this, because we tried to go last week. I think I had an internet issue, but here we are again. But you look great. You look nice and tanned and healthy.
It's kind of hard not to when you're in paradise.
Oh, I know. I just said there's only one thing wrong with this interview, and that's that I'm not right there in St. Kitts with you.
I totally get that.
I know. So if you're watching this, drop in the comments and say hi. Let us know that you can hear us okay as well. We love to hear from anyone watching, and we encourage questions as well. So we can put us both on the hot seat, if you like. So Bill, we have been talking for about 5 years about your amazing jewelry line, and I don't know how much. Oh, Wendy's here. Hi, Wendy. I don't know how much you can divulge, but can you just basically tell us a little bit about? Oh, Tina's here as well. Cool. Hi, Tina. Good to see you. Glad you had a good cruise to Alaska. Sorry. Right. Over to you, Bill. Tell us a little bit about
That's
Glow
fine.
of the Caribbean and Glow of Alaska.
Oh my! It's like almost where do you start?
I know, right?
It's incredible. Honestly, we were small town retail jewelers, and we had this idea. We didn't know if it worked. Reached out to my diamond cutter in Tel Aviv. He thought I was crazy with the idea. I
Wow.
explained it to him, and it turned out that was the only thing he wanted to cut after that. He fell in love with it. So
Wow.
De Beers took us over to South Africa for a week and hosted us, and
Gosh.
brought in a bunch of people and looked at it. They fell in love with it, and it's just been kind of uphill ever since. So especially when we went to the JIS show right before COVID, and you remember that.
Right.
And
I do.
we introduced the Caribbean line because my wife Sonia and I love to travel the tropics, and we love to just travel, whether it be up to Alaska or down here in the Caribbean or wherever. And we wanted to develop a line with this technology that creates a natural glow in the dark of the night, that almost it's a hypnotic play of light that dances across, almost a prismatic play of light across these facets that's 100% natural. And it's the way the light
Wow.
reflects up into it using a rare earth material that's embedded at a precise distance below. So without getting too technical, it has this gorgeous glow. You've seen it over and over
I've
again.
seen it. It's
And
stunning.
we introduced it at the JIS show, and yeah, it was amazing. It just took off like gangbusters. If you just hear about it, you're thinking, what is this? But
I
if you
know.
actually look at it, and everybody's welcome to go to the website, glowofthecaribbean.com,
Yeah.
and see it. Even pictures don't even quite do it justice. That's
Yeah. There's
it's
the
an
website.
amazing ability to
Yeah.
be able to transmit the light. So you see it during the day, and you get this beautiful subtle glow in the dark of night.
Well, let me just bring up, this absolutely doesn't do it justice. I mean, pictures of any beautiful jewelry doesn't do it justice. I
Yes.
always like to touch and feel and, move a stone around with the light, but let's do our best. So we've got, let's see, let's start here. This is an image of one of your top sellers. Actually, I love this ring.
Yes, it's
Tell us a little bit about this ring here.
that's natural blue topaz, 100% natural. We usually do these in 925 silver with an accent of 14 karat gold. The
Beautiful.
millie stones, the small little stones going around the outside. We do the standard line with white topaz. We use the best grade AAA quality white topaz possible, and
Yeah,
with a very good cut. The prongs are all completely hand raised off of the plate. That's what a lot of
right,
people don't realize. But if you want a really strong prong, you don't cast the prong. You actually raise the
right.
prong by hand. That's a more expensive
Wow.
technique,
Right.
but it saves you a lot of grief in the long run. You get a lot crisper looking piece. Our pieces are known for their detail, and
Yeah.
there's an immense amount of detail in the open filigrees and
Yeah.
nuances throughout the entire line. But
Yeah.
the gemstone has a pillowed checkerboard top,
Hmm.
and it does create nice shards of refractive light during the day. But there's more to it than that. It
Mm.
actually, each one of those facets in the checkerboard sends intense beams of light down to a refractive membrane that sits
Hmm.
down below the gemstone and reflects it back up in the dark of the night. So
Wow.
that's basically in a nutshell.
Wow, it's stunning. And you can see when I ask everybody out there going on a cruise to the Caribbean or Alaska, and we'll tell people where to go. I mean, Milano is the number one place to go, really. You got to go in and look at it because it is really different. Even not knowing that it has this little secret that it glows at
Yeah,
night just naturally.
yeah,
When you look at it, and you were talking about the filigree of the setting, and it's the quite raised up. I wish I had a piece here to demonstrate, but the detail is really important, and I think a lot of people, even if you don't know anything about jewelry, quality. You can tell you
yes,
know quality, and I love the detail of the filigree, as you're saying, around the side, because of the glow of the stone. You need the space in the actual basket of
exactly.
the setting, right, to pull
Mhm.
in the light, right? I'm no
Yeah,
genius, but
it's kind of
yeah.
like, no, no, you've got it right on. It's basically like adjusting a microscope. So you've got a distance between the gemstone and the refractive plate that sits
Right.
down below it. And the distance actually determines the way the dance or the play of light across the facets. And it's
Yeah.
unlike anything you've ever seen before. And we actually
Wow.
now hold 40 global patents throughout the world,
Wow.
including the hardest to get, which is India, China, and
Wow.
we have multiples across the United States and Europe, so
Wow.
and
So you're
Asia.
going to take over the world. So yeah,
Uh,
and
fun.
so I mean, I love it because it is beautiful jewelry. I just had my friend Emma Cruises. She went to Alaska. I interviewed her a few couple of weeks ago, and she went into Milano, and she actually bought. I can show the piece here because you've got a specific collection for the Caribbean and a specific collection for Alaska. She went up to Alaska and she got this lovely pendant. This is the
Oh yes, our
yeah.
glacier
Can you see
planet.
that? Let me
Yeah.
just get rid of this in a second so you can see it properly. There. I'll hide that too. So this is the glacier pendant, right? So tell us about this
Right.
piece.
Now that piece is rather interesting. We used an abstract version, obviously, of the glacier. We
Right,
started out looking at Denali Peaks because everybody's familiar
right,
with Denali,
right.
and we took that idea and we thought, well, what if we up it a little bit, do abstract, focus on the gemstones. There's actually three gemstones in there that are specifically cut to our patents. But then we decide to use a mystic topaz and
Yes.
then reflect the multiple colors. So if you actually look at that picture you have up on screen, you see the royal blues, you see the fauna of the
Yeah.
greens and the
Red. You can see a bit of
this
red there.
red and pinks,
Yeah.
and it
Pinks.
reflects
Yeah.
through. It doesn't stay just stationary. Of course, that's a still
No.
image, but it actually plays across that, and you see almost like the aurora borealis and the
Yeah. I
northern
was going to
lights with
say.
the play, and that's what we were after. And it took us about 6 months to be able to make that work the way we
Wow.
wanted. I
Yeah.
introduced it to Hygo Demir's staff, which
Yeah.
is our repping group in Miami,
Yeah.
and they were just dead silent. And I remember one of the guys just said, "That's a home run."
Oh, wow. Amazing. It
Never would
is.
have believed it. That
It is.
it
Yeah.
is a gorgeous image. And what we have to remember is, since it is natural, it doesn't glow all the time. It's not
No.
something fake. It's real. So
Yeah.
when the weather conditions, the climate conditions, the UV light is correct, atmospheric conditions, then you get this beautiful subtle glow in the dark of night. So and it's
Beautiful.
and the beauty of it is, it's a constant reminder of your time when you went on that
Right.
vacation, holiday. If you're down in the Caribbean, you went to paradise, or
Yeah.
you went to the last frontier up in Alaska.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
love
a
it. Well,
subtle little reminder.
yeah. Well, Emma made me laugh because she said that, Glow of Alaska. So she went in there, she bought it. There's a little raffle in there for Emma as well. Anybody cruising up to Alaska, they can enter the raffle to win jewelry. And she was back in the cabin and on a cruise ship. It's pitch black in the cabins. They've got the blinds, the blackout blinds. And so they must, because they were jet lagged, they kind of were going to bed early and waking up early, and they woke up and her partner Jono said, "What's that?" And he like put the light on, and they're like, "Oh, it's the pendant. It's like glowing." Didn't realize, So yeah, cool. We got someone saying hi from Aruba. Sabi.
Oh, Sabi. Hey, Sabi. Hey, everybody.
Good to see you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And Wendy here says it's beautiful. Wendy's a big fan of jewelry. She won. We give away jewelry once a week in the Facebook group. Oh, maybe we could give away something. No, not to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Because I know
No,
that.
we can work that out. That'd be fun.
Really?
Let's do
Oh,
that.
that would be
Yes, absolutely.
amazing.
Let's
That'd be
let's do that.
amazing. Okay, that'd be cool. And Sabi's saying hi again. So she won this gorgeous Larimar whale pendant. So, and she's been a big follower of Cruise Shop Safe for so long. She has never been to Alaska, but she's a Caribbean queen. She goes to the Caribbean all the time.
Well, she needs to stop in and see us when she comes to St. Kitts.
Yes, Wendy, do you hear that? Make sure you stop into, Milano. So let's talk about where you are available to our guests. Where can they go to purchase or just to look at, touch, and feel this gorgeous jewelry?
Well, it depends on what island you're going to. We pretty much are saturated across the entire Caribbean.
Right.
Milano, we're in all their jewelry stores. We're
Right.
growing with Diamonds International, Majesty Jewelers, Blue Diamonds, and
Nice.
I could go on. But what I would recommend is go to our website, our primary website, jewelofthecaribbean.com, and then up at the top, just click on retailers and take a look at all, and then just scroll down to whatever island, or even if you're on the QE2 or on Viking cruise ship over in your neck of the woods.
Right.
It shows all the locations and where you can actually buy or Glow of the Caribbean or Alaska or Lumine over in Europe.
Excellent. So. Lumine, and yes, okay. Mm-hmm. And then this, I want to show everybody a couple more designs. I mean, we've got this. This is beautiful. Also from Alaska, which is very, very popular. The whale tail, right? And you can see here the filigree on the side that you were talking about earlier.
That was one of our most difficult cuts to design, because not only are we looking at the scintillation of light during the day and the proper refraction of light, we're looking at its ability to be able to absorb light and refract it back up in the dark of night. Because what's really interesting is if we think about this, all of our lives as gemologists, or when I'm showing my age, for almost 40 years in the retail business and having jewelry stores in Southern Indiana, that we just talked about the sun and what the sun does to the diamonds and creates those incredible, intense shards of light. But nobody ever
Right.
talks about what happens to it in the dark of night. It just goes dead. So,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
anymore. Not anymore.
Not anymore. And it's great because, when you're out, it's one of those, I mean, it'll catch the eye of anybody. I mean, I don't know about you, but I love when people come out and go, oh my God, what a gorgeous piece of jewelry. Where did you get that? And then I go, oh, this. So, right, let me tell you about my cruise. So you get complete and utter bragging rights without boring anybody because you're like, I went on a cruise and I got this from St. Kitts or I got this from Juno. And they're like, oh my God, I love it. Where's it from? There's just such a great conversation starter. And at night is when you go out more and you're in a restaurant and there's dimmed lights and then you're glowing.
That's right. That's
You're
right.
glowing.
If the
Yeah.
conditions are right. We literally had some friends with us in South Florida, and we walked into one of my favorite restaurants in Captiva, and we'd been out on the boat that afternoon and didn't even pay
Nice.
attention. But one of Sonia, my wife's best friends, had on a gorgeous piece,
Right.
and we're just talking. All of a sudden, we walk into the bar area before we could get seated, and she's being mobbed by all these people. So I
No
wanted to
way.
open up to see her because everybody's looking, and this gentleman was standing next to her husband and said, I'm so sorry, I'm trying to look at your wife's chest, but I really just want to see the
The pendant. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Well, it's like that. So, well, speaking of a mob, I've actually got some requests here, and I'm not surprised. Here's a request from Kathy. Can we see and hear about the compass pendant? Well, this is what
wow.
I was saving the best till, not necessarily till last because we've got a ton more to talk about, but absolutely. This is my all-time favorite, and I haven't seen this before. So tell Kathy and everybody about this gorgeous, gorgeous pendant.
Well, first of all, I got to tell you, that picture that you've got is kind of a old, rough picture.
Is
Um,
it?
we've
Yeah.
got a lot of new photography that's been done in
Right.
New York, and they do a great job with it at Cat
Nice.
Studios. So, but it is actually a compilation of two different stones. You've got your natural rich purple amethyst and your rich blue topaz. Now, if you actually, for those gemologists out there, if you actually look at the topaz, that is actually a modified kite cut that's almost got a cushion on the outer side and four pieces put together. And when you actually see that in the dark of night, and I don't think we've actually introduced any photography to the public yet on that,
Yeah.
but that particular piece has a gorgeous hue of a purplish, almost Alexandrite neon blue in the purple, and then a vivid aqua blue in the dark of night in the natural blue topaz. So you get a combination of both. But it is probably one of my favorite pieces that we've come out with. And the new Lagoon collection, I just tell you, you'd be one of the first to hear about it. The Lagoon collection of large circles, even in the bracelets, is absolutely stunning. So
Yeah.
somebody sent me a picture the other day of the new Disney movie coming out of Space Cats, and it's
Yeah.
wearing a necklace around it that's all glowing with the individual stones. And they said,
Wow.
they're wearing your necklace. It's like, oh no.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Oh, I love it. Well, we'll try and get some better images of this, but I have got like a quick video here to show you. Let me see if I can, you know what I'm like with technology. So let me just show this quick video. I'm not sure if we can speak over it, but it's not very long. So let me just play it. Can you hear? I don't know if anyone
Oh
can hear
yeah,
me.
I can hear
Oh
you.
yeah,
And there's a
you can hear me.
really
That's
there's a good image
the
of the
necklace
compass
there.
pendant.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gorgeous. Cool.
and there's our. You can actually see a little color reflecting up in the bottom of the totem
And,
pole,
and that's the totem pole, isn't it? Yeah, lovely.
and the Inukshuk, which is the stacked rocks pendant, which has so much of a history and
Oh
story.
yeah, the Inukshuk. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about maybe you could tell us a little bit about the Inukshuk, because I was trying to think of the name the other day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The Inukshuk is an Alaskan Eskimo name that represents direction or moving forward. It actually even represents Zen. So
Hmm.
each rock that is stacked has its own story in the history of your life.
Hmm.
So you remember the past, present, future pieces that came out years ago? The
Yeah,
three
yeah, I love it. Yeah.
stone pinions? Well, that's something that's very similar to this, but the Inukshuk actually represents every major event of your life or the direction of your life forward. It also, in stacked rocks, which is also the Inukshuk in
Yeah.
Alaska, represents the direction of travel. So it represents which way you're supposed to go and is a landmark. So each stone represents a landmark in your life and is the entire piece is the direction of your life forward.
Wow. I think that's powerful. And I love the look of it. I just let me just I don't have a picture of it anymore, but if anyone just goes on the website, right, they can take a look at this. But I just think if anyone's gone up to Alaska, to be able to explain that story to someone, if someone's saying, "Oh my God, I love your necklace," and then you can explain that story and how endearing it is, it's fabulous.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you something else that we found too is because it was introduced for Alaska, but a lot of people down in the Caribbean start seeing it. When you live in a boating community like we do, they started saying, well, those are ballasts and
Oh,
they
right.
represent stability. And they go into the bottom of a sailboat from way back in sailing days. And
Hmm.
that's what created stability for the boat. So actually, when you're down the islands, I think they call them cairns, if I'm
Yes.
saying that correctly.
Right.
And when they have stacked rocks, again in the Caribbean and in the islands, you'll see that as referring to direction and somewhat of the same thing. But
Mm.
uh, they're they're basically ballast rocks down here in the
Oh,
Caribbean or cairns. Yeah.
right. Cool. And so what's next for you guys? Like, what are you working on now? Can you share anything with us?
Well, I got to be a little careful with some of the negotiations that are in the works right now, but it's extremely promising. We're thrilled to death, and the teams that we're working with are so well established and so well known. But the I can talk about the collection that's coming out, the Lagoon collection that'll be
Ooh,
introduced
exciting.
at the Georgia International Showcase in South Beach,
Uh-huh.
October 7th. I think it's October 7th through 10th, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And they are just basically very simplistic, large round. It's a large, I think, 14 karat. Um, when I
Ooh.
don't mean 14 karat gold, I mean it's 14 carats
Oh,
of
gemstone.
natural blue topaz that just
Wow.
has a very simple bezel, very simple bail across the top,
Right.
and it reminds us of blue lagoons. So we did the
Nice.
bracelet, the smaller versions, and the earrings that all match. But
Mm-hmm.
just it came out just a gorgeous collection. The detail on the bottom is has little touches of 14 karat gold in it, and it has
Nice.
our famous, sir, like that's what I'm told, it's well known to our brand, the continuous
Uh-huh.
open wave pattern going around the side. Because a lot of people don't know the line, don't realize that it isn't just a thin piece of metal. It actually
No.
has depth, has a lot of depth
Mm-hmm.
to it. And just like you
Mm-hmm.
saw in that rotation of the compass pendant and
Mm-hmm.
the Inukshuk, and also with the totem pole.
Right.
We
Yeah.
actually used a lot of ancient symbols,
Mm-hmm.
not hieroglyphics, but
Mm-hmm.
different symbols around the outside. So you not just have a flat piece of jewelry, you've got something with depth and it's almost three dimensional. And there's something I haven't really shared with too many people yet, but will be introduced more at the next shows coming up this fall in JIS. But
Mm-hmm.
we will be it's showing more of our three-dimensional type of jewelry that actually introducing a brand new um, pineapple pendant for those
Ooh,
pineapples
yeah,
that really curves all the way around the sides with all the little nodules that are raised up,
lovely.
and a
Yeah,
gorgeous flora of the cap that you see
wow.
the leaves to and I get kind of excited about it because when they come out like you dream it and you think
Yeah,
about it for months, it takes 6 to 10
amazing.
months to bring a piece to production like
Wow,
these. So you live it and you
cool.
breathe it
Yeah,
while you're trying to develop it,
yeah.
and then you finally can bring it to the show and say, "Looky here."
Wow,
And
that
this
must
one
be
has a
amazing.
gorgeous green amethyst because
Ooh,
obviously the body of a pineapple
right.
is a little bit more of a green color. So we
Yeah.
use natural green amethyst stone, and it reflects a beautiful, almost a fauna color of green to it in the
Hmm.
dark at night.
Gorgeous. Well, will you come back and show us some of these pieces, and maybe we could set up
Sure.
a situation where you can demonstrate how, well, I don't know how, I might be putting you on the spot, but maybe when this new collection is out, you'll come back and share with
Yeah,
us.
I
Would
would
that
be
be
glad
cool?
to do that. We'd be honored to do that, Melissa.
Okay, cool. And we're going to arrange a little free gift for our cruisers in the private
There you go.
Facebook group as well. That's amazing. Well,
Yep.
thank you so much for your time, Bill. I really, really appreciate it. I'm glad we were able to connect and make this work. Um, and I look forward to you coming back and telling us more about the new collection. And anyone going on a cruise, head into Milano, ask for a demonstration. You will love it. And it's extremely affordable. That's one thing we didn't talk about was for all the workmanship and the time and effort that's gone into these pieces. They're extremely affordable, right, Bill?
That's a very good point. A lot of people don't, when they look at it and they see the beauty, whether it's in our basics collection that starts at 1.8 carats or goes up to some of our tropical pieces and some of our higher end pieces that could range upwards of 50 carats in a
Hmm.
bracelet, in our rainbow bracelets. Um,
Yeah.
we actually start at right at around $300, and
Wow.
that's US
Hmm.
300. So highly affordable. The average mean price throughout the line is 600 to 700, even with
Wow.
inflation and even with the prices of
Yeah.
gemstones skyrocketing right now.
Yep.
Work
And
very, very
metals.
hard at
Yep.
buying gemstones to keep our
Yeah.
prices down.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say a lot of jewelry companies are cutting corners, they're making chains thinner, they're making bands thinner, and you guys aren't. And it's really
No,
great because you
no,
need to
it's part of our
maintain the
model.
quality. Yeah, because reputation is everything. So if you cut back on things like that that are really important, then you're not going to get anywhere. And you've got big plans, I can tell, right?
Well, and we value our customers. If they have any problems, we actually, every customer
Yeah.
gets our little credit card and it's got our numbers on it. It's got our email addresses.
Hmm.
You can reach us. It travels with us. And the
Hmm.
only time we're hard to reach is when we're traveling, but
Right.
we're there for them. We have our limited lifetime warranties to it.
Nice.
That's why I think we maintain a 5-star rating across the board on all
Yeah.
platforms.
Well, congratulations. And that says it all. So it's affordable, it's beautiful, it's different, it's patented. You'll never find it anywhere else. And it's you've got excellent customer service and you're 5 stars. Say no
Yes,
more.
thank you. Yeah, we feel very blessed.
Yeah, well, we're very blessed to have you on the show today to
Well,
tell us all
thank you.
about it. And
Yeah.
you enjoy the rest of your day in St. Kitts. And
Well, thank you so much.
hopefully
You
next
take
time we can
care.
do this in person.
Good to see you, Melissa. Thank you
Good
for
to see you
having me.
too. Take
All
care.
right.
Thank
Bye,
you. Thanks for
everybody.
watching,
Take care.
everybody. Thanks for all your messages. Bye.